going to be videotape that still exists. In some cases, there might. But witnesses may have, memories fade. A lot of these allegations are going to be just simply kind of their word against his, but now that seems to be strengthened more and more by the people that come forward.
As we sit and watch this, how much should we take into account the fact that the judge in this case has left him behind bars? Somewhat rare.
I think that is a huge thing. The judge, in making that decision, actually viewed that video that was released showing Cassie Ventura being abused by him, and that was played a big part in the decision to keep him in. He will likely remain in. I think that Diddy has breathed his last breath of free air at this moment.
Yeah, and we all remember that video from that hotel with the surveillance when it came out, and that's really how all of this started, and he kind of took a moment.
Diddy reportedly showed indications of extreme tension and anxiety in court after learning that 50 Cent will be doing a documentary about the charges against him. Diddy's legal team has been adamantly contesting the accusations and requesting a fair trial, but the scrutiny from 50 Cent's well-known project has increased the strain in recent sessions. Diddy was clearly uncomfortable with his team characterizing the tough media coverage and prison conditions as too much for him. This extra strain could impair his focus as he gets ready for the trial, which is now under more scrutiny because of the upcoming documentary.
To Sean Diddy Combs, the music mogul is facing a series of new civil lawsuits, including allegations he sexually assaulted 2 teenagers. Our senior investigative correspondent, Aaron Katersky, has the details. Aaron, good morning.
Good morning, Whit. This new batch of civil lawsuits accuses Sean Combs of 7 more alleged victims. One of them says she was 13 at the time, and certain celebrities were there watching.
Survivors have alleged abuse, 1990s, 2000s, up till 2022. There's a lot of scientific research that goes into when, if ever, a survivor of abuse ever comes forward. And the most publicized science-based study suggests for a survivor of abuse, if they ever come forward, it's at 52 years old. So it's no surprise to me that these individuals are now bringing lawsuits. I bet that they have a lot of reassurance and comfort given that there's also a criminal case ongoing. But there's a lot of fear behind coming forward and filing a civil lawsuit, let alone against someone like Mr. Combs.
In response to several charges, Diddy has vehemently denied any wrongdoing, calling the accusations a witch hunt, and called for a stop to what he calls unjustified persecution. In response to the public scrutiny, he said enough is enough.
To everybody else that had, something to say about this, whenever you settle something quick like that, it shows to other people that they're, hey, you know what, you're willing to settle and give people money for them to hush up. With the Cassie situation, obviously, I'm pretty sure Cassie has a lot of evidence that would have derailed Diddy a lot. So this is just getting worse and worse as time goes on. Diddy decides to respond officially, not only to everybody, but to the biggest person that's been critiquing him, which is 50 Cent. 50 Cent has been going in on him literally every single day. He's actually, I think, the only celebrity that I can name that's attacking Diddy day in and day out and not letting his foot off Diddy's neck. So these responses, I'm pretty sure, are not only for the allegations, but to 50 as well. This is what he said on Instagram in a statement that he released. In the top, bolded, "Enough is enough. For the last couple of weeks, I have sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation, and my legacy. Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth. Sean Diddy Combs."
Diddy has voiced his displeasure with what he believes to be an unrelenting effort to discredit him as reports circulate around his alleged participation in parties and misbehavior with younger victims. He claims in his post that he feels unfairly singled out and that he will vigorously defend himself in court against all charges.
Diddy, according to a complaint filed in February by Rodney Little Rod Jones, Sean Diddy Combs reportedly mandated that all his staff carry found in One Direction member Liam Payne's body after his death. And in some cases, they were also ordered Kinsey to carry.
When they originally carried out these raids, Diddy was traveling, And they approached Diddy. I mean, the officers found Diddy. He was not arrested, but someone in his entourage was arrested for having. So you hear this story. This is coming from Little Rod. This is one of the civil cases against him. You hear this story, and then you kind of put two and two together and realize one individual arrested that you were in transit with for having on them.
For more than 10 years, 50 Cent has looked into charges of wrongdoing involving Diddy, looking into both public and private claims. This extensive investigation into Diddy's contentious career and lifestyle ultimately led to his decision to produce the Netflix documentary, Did He Do It? 50 Cent claims to have gathered evidence over the years from a variety of sources who claimed that Diddy engaged in damaging and immoral activities. He is well known for publicly criticizing Diddy, and his motivation for documenting these claims seems to be to expose a side of Diddy that he says has long been concealed from the public.
Thank you. Now let's get to a few of this morning's other big headlines.
Starting with a bombshell announcement amid the mounting lawsuits against Sean Diddy Combs, Houston rapper 50 Cent announced yesterday that he's the executive producer of a docu-series about the and abuse allegations against Combs. The series will also discuss and racketeering charges Combs is facing. The series is expected to make a premiere on Netflix, but a date has not yet been set.
The 50 Cent documentary, Did He Do, which was directed by Alexandria Stapleton and 50 Cent himself, aims to explore the numerous accusations made against Diddy and provide context beyond the news. Instead of concentrating only on accusations, the series will address the culture and events surrounding Diddy's career and examine the potential effects of his alleged actions on those close to him, as well as the industry at large. It will also feature first-hand accounts, testimonies, and investigative details that seek to expose the truth.
It's not like he hate Diddy, but, sometimes niggas might do that we don't know about.
Well, for him to make the documentary, I think he hates Diddy.
Nah. That's business.
That's just business?
Business. You wouldn't be mad. Look.
You got to really dislike someone to do a documentary about him.
If Jimmy Iovine did the documentary, would people say he's mad at Diddy?
Following these high-profile raids, word came in early 2024 that Homeland Security had raided several of Diddy's properties, including his homes and private offices. Capitalizing on the raid, 50 Cent wasted no time in taking advantage of the opportunity to taunt Diddy on social media by saying, __ just got real. He also shared tweets that said Diddy's fate was sealed, arguing that the authorities would not carry out such harsh steps without serious evidence. 50 Cent raised interest in and anticipation for his next documentary, supporting the idea that Diddy's public image may be significantly impacted by the inquiry.
Are we being serious right now? Like, is this for real? This man 50 Cent is releasing a docu-series on Netflix. This whole time, I thought this man was joking. I thought he was capping. So the tweet says, I've been telling y'all about this weird-ish. I don't do no puffy parties. You didn't believe me, but I bet you believe me now. Bro, why this man sound like the boogeyman, bruh? And then when you look at the write-up, it says a complex narrative spanning decades. Now, if there is one thing you know about 50 Cent, you know this man is gonna troll. Look at this. Bro, this is no laughing matter, bro. Diddy oil? Come on, son. And he didn't stop there. He even went further to this video where the baby is pouring out the baby oil on the street.
Juju, a Twitter user, summed up 50 Cent's commitment to this documentary in the post. 50 Cent's been working on a documentary about Diddy for the past 10 years and recently sold it to Netflix. The tweet included a picture of the banner for Did He Do It, which generated discussion online regarding the impact of 50 Cent's tenacity and whether or not his dedication to exposing Diddy's alleged wrongdoing speaks to the documentary's legitimacy. Juju's tweet emphasizes 50 Cent's long-standing rivalry and ardent attempt to present his research in a way that will be accessible to a large audience on Netflix. In a recent conversation on the PBD podcast, it was disclosed that the documentary 50 Cent did might look into possible connections between Diddy and Tupac Shakur's untimely death.
Issues mount as Tupac's family investigates alleged link to death. Hire Alec Baldwin's Rust lawyer. Let's see what's going on here. There we go. Tupac Shakur's family has hired Harvard-trained attorney Alex Spiro. He's a stud of a guy. You've met him, by the way. Known for representing Alec Baldwin in the Rust manslaughter case to investigate potential links between Sean Diddy Combs and Tupac's 1996 murder. Spiro, who has a roster of Hollywood clients, is tasked with exploring allegations involving Combs in Tupac's death nearly 30 years ago. Shakur was shot on September 7, 1996 in a drive-by while riding with Death Row Records co-founder Suge Knight. The unsolved case has spurred speculation for decades, and last year, Dwayne Keefe D. Davis was indicted on charges of open murder in connection with shooting, reigniting the investigation. As the investigation into Tupac's death intensifies, Combs faces serious legal troubles. He was arrested on September 16 and charged with racketeering, conspiracy, and transportation and engagement. If convicted, Combs could face up to life in prison. Thoughts on this here?
Despite being hypothetical, this purported connection has reignited interest in the long-standing mystery, with many fans hoping that the documentary may reveal fresh details about Tupac's last days and provide answers to concerns that have remained unanswered since his death.
I don't know, Pat. It just everything is just slowly coming out. I don't. What was? Because Pat, who'd you interview that the link between him, Biggie, and Tupac came out?
Greg Kading.
And what was like the synopsis was? What was the end game of it?
I mean, the end game is there could be a possible link between Diddy and Tupac being dead.
And here's my thing. What does he gain from killing him, and then potentially even with Biggie? That's what with this whole thing. That's what. Besides all the sex stuff and the oil and all that stuff. My thing was the killing of him, and then potentially killing of Biggie Smalls. They're saying that he had a hand in.
With years of investigation behind it, 50 Cent has stated his optimism that Diddy Do It will set records because he believes the documentary's conclusions will garner global attention. According to 50 Cent, Diddy Do It seeks to reveal information that could change the public's perception of Diddy and the entertainment sector as a whole. The documentary will examine facets of Diddy's career outside of his public persona, bringing to light potentially explosive information that has long been hidden from the mainstream media.
Thug shit, bro. But this shit here is entirely different, bro. When you gonna have all these victims up on this shit, telling these horrific stories about Diddy, dog. I wonder if 50 gonna be the one interviewing them, bro. That's gonna be crazy, dog. But you go to 50 Twitter page, bro. TMZ uses fat boy picture me because their doc went to Tubi, LOL. It's okay, guys. We're all making great television. Mine's just happen to be the best. Netflix wins the bidding war, but if more victims keep coming out, I'm gonna need more episodes. 50 Cent sells Diddy documentary to Netflix bidding war, dog. Okay, TMZ put up a 2024 picture, baby. Let's work. Good grief, bro. This is going to be the biggest scandal in Hollywood history, dog. This is going to shit on everything we've seen previous, dog. Like, the surviving R. Kelly ain't going to come close to this, bro. Like, if he got people corroborating the gay stuff, the open up, gazub stuff. Especially gonna have all these women talking about they ain't got beat the off as long as they have, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna air out just. It's finna go crazy, bro. The end of Diddy is upon us, bro. Cuz finna go on. He gotta be on suicide watch, like dead ass, bro. He gonna go to jail pretty soon, man. But I don't imagine he's gonna allow himself to be taken into custody, bro. Like, something gonna happen.
Authorities reportedly found a range of materials purportedly connected to the continuing investigation into Diddy's activities, according to reports released after the FBI raids. 50 Cent has made hints that some of the confiscated material might be essential to his documentary and could bolster the accusations made by the defendants.
That boy 50 is undefeated, bro. Dog, I seen this story. I thought it was like some bull, bro. I thought it was like satire. I thought it was a cat, but no. No, bro. 50 Cent has the Diddy documentary, bro. He put the Diddy documentary together. He put the Surviving Diddy documentary together, bro, and sold it off to the highest bidding network, and Netflix won that, bro. They about to break the bank with that bitch, bro. And if you got 50, I don't know, is he producing it? He paying for it? He put it together? Whatever but if it's 50 associated, bro, this shit finna go crazy, dog. But yeah, I seen it on IG, and like I said, I thought it was a joke, bro. But nah, man. 50 Cent sells Diddy documentary to Netflix after bidding war. 50 Cent has been hyping up his Diddy documentary for months, and he wasn't trolling his arch enemy as the project just landed a prestigious new home. Fuck. Multiple sources familiar with the situation tell TMZ 50 multi-part documentary about again Diddy was purchased by Netflix. We're told there was a massive bidding war over the documentary, which was produced through 50's G-Unit Film and Television Studios with multiple networks and all of the streaming platforms attempted to land the series. Ultimately, the Big Red Ant emerged the victor, with sources telling TMZ the Diddy docuseries will hit the streamer sooner than later. But you know 50's paid, dog. Bro, you do not want to be on this man's bad side, bro. 50 is not playing with this man.
50 Cent's claim that the evidence supports these accusations has increased discussion about what was discovered and how it would affect Diddy's defense, even though Diddy's legal team has maintained his innocence. Social media platforms were buzzing after a sound tweeted a video of Freddie P., a former Diddy associate, saying, "I was in all their guys that can't come out because of their image that'll make your eyes go, The evidence found could be crucial in supporting Diddy and Diddy do its 50 Cent's portrayal, which painted a picture of a man with secrets darker than previously thought. Freddie P's comments imply that some people who have knowledge of Diddy's personal life have been reluctant to come forward, possibly out of loyalty, fear of the consequences, or worries about their own reputation.
It's hard to say because I don't want to spoil what's coming up, you know what I'm saying? I just want to say this, like I said, it gets deeper and deeper. And the more that come out, the more intriguing the story gonna be. All I want to tell people is, when that Netflix series come out, it's a rapper coming out with a Netflix series. I won't say no name. I don't want to spoil it for him. I'm not a friend of his. I don't want to, spoil something he got going on. But I will say this: he's doing a phenomenal job, to the point where I was in awe. You get what I'm saying? I was presented the opportunity to work with him, but like I said, the money wasn't enough for me to leave my couch. But he's doing a phenomenal job, man. There's so many people that's hurt behind this. There's so many people that it's guys that can't come out because of their image. You know what I'm saying? That'll make your eyes go like, whoa. I know about the slams, the Stevie J's. I know I'm in a circle. I know about y'all. Y'all confirmed. I'm so happy. It's more.
The claims made in Diddy's are further supported by Freddie P's declaration, which also provides context for Diddy's personal and professional life in late 2023. Cassie Ventura, Diddy's ex-partner, filed a complaint against him alleging abuse and trafficking, which soon sparked further inquiries into his business. Federal officials raided Diddy's residences soon after this lawsuit, and 50 Cent openly conjectured that such an extreme measure meant the government don't raid someone's home unless they had a legitimate case.
Sure, Diddy is regretting wholeheartedly, and 50 Cent called it out a long time ago. He said, listen, settling with Cassie is going to open the floodgates, and that's exactly what happened. So there's a lot that's going to be going on here, and there's going to be a lot that's going to come down the line. It's not looking good, man, to say the least. 50, of course, he's going to have his comments. He said, now it's not Diddy do it, it's Diddy done, meaning he's finished. They don't come like that unless they got a case. Exactly, that's facts. He continued it, trolling Diddy. He's talking about the private jet where they tracked it. He said, oh shit, this is a movie, I told y'all, but no, y'all didn't listen. He was right, man. If you guys don't know, Reggie Wright Jr. Spoke on this Diddy thing and actually predicted the raid. And he said, these type of people who do these type of crimes, they usually keep the evidence. They just have this psychopath thing about them where they just keep the evidence and they keep it in storage for themselves. It's something that, I don't know, a lot of murderers, you ever notice when somebody kills, a serial killer does all this killings, they'll have the evidence of like the stuff there still, and people will be like, why didn't you get rid of it in the ocean? Why didn't you, get rid of the gun? Blah, blah, blah. These people keep this stuff because they're just crazy and psychos. So I wouldn't be surprised.
According to Dissent, his team has access to significant information against Diddy that will support the accusations made against him. This reported evidence was supposedly found during the FBI raids. Could offer more evidence in favor of the documentary's allegations of wrongdoing, confirming the accounts and charges that have surfaced over time.
So with all these new Diddy allegations, I'm constantly reminded about how much 50 Cent hated Diddy. And listen, their history goes deep, but it all starts with Mace. Well, it doesn't start with Mace, but that's where it went bad. Now Mace, everybody knows him as Mace, Pastor Mace, because he retired and became a preacher. But that was that moment that he came back to be Murder Mace on G-Unit. Now this is around the time 50 is on top of the world. He signed in Mobb Deep, MOP, all these legendary acts, and the biggest one that he signed besides Mobb Deep was Mace. And Mace was rapping again. But for some reason, Diddy pulled the trigger and he didn't want to do the deal with 50 Cent anymore. Meaning that he would get the rights to Mace and be able to put out records for Mace and under G-Unit. Now, if you notice, after that deal didn't go through, Mace went back into hiding or became a pastor again. And my theory is that Mace seen so much ish with Diddy that it was like, yo, I need God.
The documentary may have an impact well beyond its entertainment value, maybe affecting public opinion or even future legal actions if 50 Cent does in fact possess important material that has not yet been made public. Will this documentary alter the direction of legal action against?
He said he went to Mace's crib and he found some objects on the counter. Starts with a D, ends with dough. And he asked Mace, he confronted Mace about this, and he said, yo, that's homeboys. Homeboys meaning Diddy. So Diddy been wildin', and Mace has seen some things with Diddy. Over time, I always wondered why Diddy never really said anything, because 50 would openly troll Diddy and say wild things about Diddy. It kind of makes sense because he always had the upper hand on him. 50 is notorious for calling Diddy a, let's just say, sus. And Diddy would never say anything back, meaning that 50 probably already knew and had the upper hand. The only time Diddy ever said anything about 50 was like when he was drunk on the red carpet and said that 50 Cent's breast stinks and he's a hater. Now, I think 50 Cent's disdain for Diddy has grown over the years, but I think it's more so that 50, you have to understand, he's never been of the industry. 50's in the industry, but he's not of. So he doesn't care to go to all the all-white parties and be around these celebrities. 50 has always kind of done his own thing and stayed true to himself. So the writing's always been on the wall. And 50's basically just been telling us for years that Diddy isn't the greatest of people.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned until next time.